Well, Donald, thank you so much for joining us today on Infamous Interviews. And I
My
gotta say,
pleasure.
I was looking at your filmography today, and you've been a part of so many of my favorite modern movies in this generation. So, when you're on a project like Marvel Studios' Moon Knight, what all goes into that as the makeup and hair designing in that project?
Wow. Well, thank you for that, by the way. I just treat it like anything. I've done it for so long, that, and I love the work. I just treat it like any project. I kind of do my research and come up with ideas and references of other films and projects I think are interesting to present to the directors and the actors. And, so for this, I talked to Oscar Isaac about things like Ray Fiennes and Spider, and The Tenant with Roman Polanski. Looks I thought were interesting. I thought they were a little creepy, a little scary, a little bit One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
And people respond. They respond visually because that's what I do, and we come up with ideas. We worked really closely with costume because we had to create the doubles. I call them twin. When we're twinning, when you're taking a double for Oscar Isaac and then it's a split personality. So it's multiple, but it's not a different person. So he's got to act opposite himself, but obviously it's not himself, it's another person. So we have to double it with the wig and makeup and the costume and visual effects. So the way we worked together on this was really a collaboration of hair, makeup, costume, visual effects, and cinematography, all working very closely together to make it a seamless transition. And that's it. So it was a really nice experience.
So one thing we've known about Marvel Studios for a while is they have, they shoot these films all consecutively and they always continuously change storylines throughout, just in case they tweak it here and there throughout the filming process. So when you got into the Moon Knight set, was there a lot of storyboards that they gave you references, like how they wanted it to kind of look as well? Or
Mhm.
did they kind of give you your own freedom as well, like you mentioned before, and you can put your own little spin on the adaptation of the comic books that they wanted for Moon Knight to look?
Well, to be fair, actually, it's really interesting you're bringing that up because I thought I was under the impression that Marvel were really, that's what would happen. And actually, I give them a lot of credit because they really kind of gave me kind of a wide berth that, everyone says, oh, you don't do blood with Marvel. Actually, that wasn't the case at all. I did blood. I did wounds on people. Ethan Hawke, I gave him a big split forehead.
Right.
I did all that. Yeah, they do some stuff in post and some CG, but in this case, no. I mean, Oscar's blood and everything, that was me. I mean, the hand, the bloody, that was all practical makeup. So I think it's also a question of when you're working it out with them, they want to have the option to bring it back if they think it's too much. And I think they want to add blood if they think it's not enough. But we did do some things, to be fair, that we didn't see, like these zombie guys. I don't know what they called them in the end. There was 3 of them. We did some
Right.
fairly expensive prosthetic work. That's unfortunate. The Heka priests we didn't really see them. But to be fair, that's what happens in streaming. It happens in movies. You do a lot of work that doesn't get seen. That's life.
Right.
But
And
yeah, I think they let me put my own touch on it. Absolutely.
and that's really cool because you know what, for us as fans looking from the outside trying to look in, it seems like they have all this control, and it seems like that from the outside looking in. But that's really cool that a big studio like Marvel, who has this cinematic universe now that's probably on top of the cinematic world and is like its own amusement theme park now. That has to be really cool, and that they did let you kind of have that creative flow on set as well with Oscar and Ethan. And I gotta say, Ethan Hawke on this just blew me away. How was it like getting to do his makeup and stuff on this series before he even performed?
Well, now Ethan, so I had not seen Ethan in many years. I did 2 films with Ethan many years ago,
Yeah.
on Precinct 13. But on this, he brought David Atherton came on to do Ethan's makeup.
Okay.
But I did Ethan for The one episode 6, I did all his beat up makeup. David looked after him, and we dealt with his tattoo. Luve Larson, who works with me a lot, who's an amazing, from the makeup designers in Sweden, they work with me a lot, and they helped reconfigure the Marvel. Again, Marvel were great because they came up with the scales tattoo. Long story short, it didn't really work in the sense that their artwork was great. The Marvel concept was great, but to transfer it as a tattoo transfer, it didn't really work. So Luve brilliantly enlarged the teeth and the face and the head and reversed it, made it bigger. And Ethan wanted some adjustments. So Ethan was great. I had a hair change done. I wanted to try a wig on him. So we made a wig. My great team, Megan Norris and Kay and Athena and Amma, but Megan fit him. We fit him for a wig. I had it made. So that episode 5 in Asylum, that's a wig on, right?
That also had a One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest vibe to it too, that episode.
Right? Yeah, and that's very much a reference I used, and I gave him a mustache Sarah Weatherburn made for me. So really as a design thing, it was great to work with Ethan again. He's very open. He had talked about a little goatee. I thought it was too Sigmund Freud. I'm like, it's been done too much. You know, that's part of my job as well, is to also try to advise. Maybe it's not the best idea. Let's try something else. And then of course, May Kalamawi. So we had a very nice time.
And this had to be a pretty busy 12 months for you because you just did the makeup stuff for Dune as well. And then,
that's right.
And then you went to Moon Knight. And not only that, you did some on Morbius as well, what I saw on IMDb.
Well, Morbius, friends of mine designed. That was Connor O'Sullivan and Jeremy Woodhead. I stepped in for reshoots in Los Angeles. I guess before Moon Knight, I did Ambulance, the Michael Bay film.
Yeah.
It was a busy time all during COVID.
So that made you very busy. And for those who don't know, Ambulance by Michael Bay just popped up on Peacock now for streaming starting today. So I'm going to have to check your work out on that as well. So Donald, it's been really fun talking to you. I feel like I can talk to you for an hour because of how many movies you've done. Going back to even my childhood when you worked on Harriet the Spy, the Nickelodeon movie.
Oh, wow. Now that's a long time. That was fun. Those kids were fun. Let's see, what year was that? That was about 1995.
Yeah, that's when I was about 5 or 4 years old when that came out. So
I was only 10, so.
Right. And Donald, once again, looking forward to your next work, and hopefully we can chat soon again. It's been really fun, and congratulations on Moon Knight.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.